Good morning. I'm sitting out here. We're having a garage sale. I should say I'm having a garage sale. I'm just trying to, dump off a little bit of our extra stuff. We had a bunch of old clothes and stuff from the kids. Not nearly as big as the one we had last year. But it's early morning, I guess. Kind of slow. It's kind of weird. Last year we made a ton of money. This year I only brought up a couple small things, so we're not making very much money, but it's okay. Didn't have a lot going on yesterday or today, so sitting out here in the garage. And reason I'm writing this is I'm playing Zelda: Link to the Past. I kind of I beat the first stage or the first iteration of the original Zelda, and the second quest is just so hard. I'm like a little over halfway through it, and I'm just giving up. I guess it's just so hard. I think I'm on dungeon 4 or 5, something like that, and just whooping my butt. So I'm done with that. So I'm gonna move on. I'm trying to kind of do all the Zeldas in order of release when they were released, not really chronological order, I guess you could say, of the storyline, but it's interesting. So I'm just now starting this. So what do you guys think about that? I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna buy anything this week, just because we're up here in Indiana again, and we got family stuff going on and prepping for a big move. I have my 15-year college reunion coming up, so we're saving some money for all that type of stuff. But you never know; there may be something on the horizon. So just thought I'd throw out a couple thoughts for the weekend. Hope everybody's weekend's going good. I see tons of people getting tons of stuff at garage sales. I actually went running yesterday morning. I ran about a little over 7 miles, and I saw people had early morning garage sales up, so I stopped in at them. And one lady had some plug and plays. The other lady had a Wii with a bunch of stuff. She was selling for an amazing price, $100 for a Wii with like 3 games and the nunchucks and 2 controllers. It was kind of disheartening. It's like, I can see people asking like maybe $50 is kind of the $40 to $50 is kind of the going rate of a Wii, but I guess we know a little bit more about the market that's out there. I don't know. I wouldn't even pay $40 for one, just because you see them everywhere and everybody's jumping on board with the Wii U. So I'd probably pay $20, maybe $30 for another one. And I would like to get another one someday, so we have, as the kids get older, they're going to want to start playing that stuff. And, I do like to mod them and put all the old games on that we have on them, because it's the graphics when you're playing them on your TVs just looks so much better, and you have everything right there. And with a classic controller, it really makes a difference when you're playing, I think. So anyway, kind of a boring morning. I'm sitting out here all by myself. I think CID's up eating cereal, but I have nothing really to talk about. Just thought I'd wanted to get up a video and thought I'd throw some thoughts out there at you. Thanks. I do have one other thought. All right. So I saw a guy posted in Nashville. He had a big lot of video games for sale. It was like $250, but he had just moved from England to Nashville, and he was trying to dump all this stuff off. So it was PAL type stuff, and I think I made a mistake. I can't remember all that was in this box or group of stuff, but it had a couple different consoles in it, mostly like your $20-$30 NES, SNES, Sega Genesis type things or whatever, Mega Drive, I guess you'd say. I didn't even think about that. So anyway, but the big thing that caught my eye in there was he had a PAL Vectrex, and I almost, dipped into some money to be able to buy that. Again, $250 for the lot, and he had said that the Vectrex, it got jostled in the trip over and wasn't working anymore. And I was thinking to myself, I'm sure there's some sort of conversion or something that we could have done to be able to make that work. But, Vectrex is definitely up on my list of things that I want, because the vector graphic games I really love. And I want to say there was a Virtual Boy in there too, but it was like a PAL one. But I thought they were, non-specific as to their region code. So, I don't know. It was probably a poor deal not to buy that thing. He said he had a lot of interest in it, but nobody had pulled the trigger. I guess I really don't have $250 to throw at something like that right now, but it was gone like 3 days after I had spoken with the guy, and he said everything was still available. So, maybe I lucked out. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. So, anyway, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Thanks. Good afternoon, or wherever time it is of the day there. Here's part 3 of this little video, I guess. Thus ends the worst garage sale in history. I made $4 today. $4. It was horrible. And yesterday... Sorry about that. The wicked streets of my wife's hometown. I need to pave them. Anyway, so thus ends the worst garage sale in history. I made $4 today. Yesterday I made like $19, I think. My son Louie made $5. It was horrible. Last year when we made several $100s. Of course, we had a lot more stuff we were selling last year. But anyway, when I went to drop off the stuff that we didn't sell at Goodwill, actually I didn't go to Goodwill, I went to Salvation Army. I figured that stuff would probably go to charity a little bit more, at least the money would help charity than doing Goodwill, which seems more like a big corporation. Plus they're selling their stuff on like their own little auction site now, which makes me a little grumpy. Anyway, I found 2 games. So they actually had quite a few games in there, but I only bought 2. I almost bought Lilo and Stitch for the PlayStation. It was a good value. It was only like $1. But I didn't want to ruin all of my $4 that I made today. So instead I bought Spider-Man Greatest Hits for the PlayStation, which this is like a $6-ish game. These are both Greatest Hits. I got 2 games, both PlayStation. So this is like a $6-ish game. That's, not a bad value. And then Crash Bandicoot, which I thought we had this, but we don't. This is the Greatest Hits. I saw there's a couple different versions of it. Each of these were $1.45, and actually I got like a little discount at the price register or whatever because of Memorial Day weekend. But Crash Bandicoot, I looked it up and it said it was like a $15 game or something, and I actually went down into it and looked into eBay specifics in the app that I use, and this actually sells for like $23, up to $23, $24, $25. You'll see people buying these for complete. So that was a good deal. So I guess that kind of made up for me having a crappy day of garage selling. I don't know. I was only out there for a couple more minutes this morning, and nobody showed up hardly at all. I think there was like 5 people showed up, and only 2 people bought something for $2 each. So it was what it was. But anyway, that made me happy. That made my day. So I'm going back to the house, and we're gonna do a little family get-together thing for the weekend. So happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, He's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes a Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big bang. Wherever there's a hang, you'll find a Spider-Man.